Hello everyone. So today we are going to continue our topic operation on arrays from our last video. So in our last video, we saw two operations on our fixed size array. One was um, finding a specific element in our unsorted array, and second was insertion of an element at a specific position when an array is not fully filled. All right. So today we are going to look at deletion, deletion of an array. All right. So suppose our input array is somewhat like this: 3, 8, 12, 5, 6. Cool. And if I say delete x 12, so the new output should be 3, 8, 5, 6. All right. Similarly, if we again take the same array and if we delete 6, 6 would be deleted and only 4 elements would be left. Alright, so um, pause this video for 2 to 3 minutes and think of a approach to solve this problem and try to write the code yourself. So I guess you might have gave a thought of how to solve this or something. All right. So let me tell you how to solve this. Okay. So what are we going to do here is we'll search this X element in our um, input array. All right. Suppose X come here, right? 12. Okay. 0, 1, 2. And its index is what? 2. So what are we going to do is we are from index 2 to 4. 4 is what? N minus 1. Alright. From index 2 to 4, what we are going to do is that we are going to put array I as array I plus 1. Alright. So instead of this term 12, okay, for let's write this code. So it is like 3, 8, and this is what array I would be written as array I plus 1. So this would be what? 5. 5 would become 6. So sorry, this would go till n minus 2. Alright, it would go till 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. And we'll discard this last element. How we'll discard it? We'll see in the video. Alright. So this will go till n minus 2. In this case also, see, x is 6. So this we'll discard the last element and we'll get this array. Alright. In this, I is itself n minus 1. So we'll just discard the last element. We don't have to, shift the elements like in the first scenario. Alright. So I hope like you have got a basic idea of how to, how the basic idea of this code would be exactly. Okay. Also note one thing that this problem is, see, if there are like multiple occurrences of X in our array, so only the first occurrence would get deleted. Alright. Suppose here one more 12 would have been here. Still only this 12 would have been deleted. Alright. If you have to, like delete multiple occurrences, there's a more complex code which will come later in this series. So for current scenario, let's assume that all the elements are distinct, or if you are assuming that there are more occurrences of our x, so just only the first occurrence would get deleted, right? So let's try to code this. Okay, let's include our header file first. All right. Let's try and write a main function. So let's have array as the example array. You can have the user input array, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm having my defined array, which was there in the example. This was there in the example, right? And let's have x as 12, okay? And size of array as 5. All right. Now let's do one thing. Let's write this like before deletion. All right. Yeah. And let's have n as delete. All right. And array. Let's pass x. Let's pass n. All right. And let's have this code after deletion. So let's again run this. All right. So you must be wondering, what is this n? Like, why are we like substituting this value? So let me first write the delete code so you will understand better. Okay, let's have delete code here. Yeah, delete. All right, let's have int air, int x, and int n. Okay, now let's try and think. Let's have I as 0. All right, and let's run a loop from I to 0 till I less than n and I plus plus. And let's say that if at any point ARR I becomes X, break. All right. Now there can be instances like when the element, the X element X is not present in the array. All right. For example, let's suppose X here is 13. So there is no 13 present here. So there would be no deletion operation. Hence our array would be intact. So in such case, what would be the what would you do in such case? So what you're going to do is, see, we have our variable I. I would run till n. Okay, so this loop would run, and as soon as, see, if x is not present here, what will happen? I will reach n and it will break. Okay, so let's put this condition that if I is equal to n, will return n. So basically in our delete function, we are returning the size of the element. So suppose if we delete the element, n would become n minus 1 and the size would reduce, hence we're reducing the n here. And suppose if the element x is not present in our array, we are simply returning n because the array would remain intact. Cool. So this was one scenario. And another scenario is that there's the x element is present in our array, alright, and we found it and we broke this loop. And now we have I as the index of x element. For example, give me 1 minute. Let's erase this a little bit. Alright, yes. So suppose in this I is x is our 12. Alright, we'll have I initially as 0 and we'll run through this. And at this point, our ARR would be equal to, x and the loop will break. Hence, I would be 2 here. So I would be 2. So now we have, our element, the index of the element to be deleted. And what did I tell you that from this till n minus 2, we are going to run this operation. ARR I is equal to ARR I plus 1. Alright. So now what we are going to do is for int j is equal to I, this will run till n minus 1 less than n minus 1, meaning n minus 2, j plus plus, and what we are going to do is arr j plus 1 return n minus 1. All right, so what are we doing here is we did this thing. All right, so now you must be wondering how we discarded this. So I guess this is clear. We'll have 6 here, but what we are doing is we are returning only this size, 3856. So at no point we are saying the size of our array is the same. Since we have reduced the size of the array, this element would get eliminated. Only 3856 would remain. Alright. Because size has decreased by 1. Okay, so we have returned n minus 1. nrn. And this loop will run for I equal to 0, I less than in n, I plus plus, and we'll just see out ARRI. Okay, let's save this and try to run it. See. Okay. Okay, 1 minute. What happened here is we didn't put cout endl after this. Now it would be like more clear to you. Right. See, before deletion, the array is 381256. Okay. And after deletion, our array is 3856. Alright. We have, deleted the element 12. Now if we put x's as 6, now what will happen? Let's try and run it. See, 38126, 38125. Hence, the code is correct. Alright. So I hope you have understood how the deletion operation on arrays work, and the previous video and this video combined covered the basic operations on the fixed size arrays, which could be done easily on vectors, which are dynamically sized arrays. But since we have to demonstrate you some operations on the fixed size arrays, so we did some basic operations of insertion, deletion, and searching. Alright, so I hope this is clear to you. and I'll end this lecture today, and see you next time.